This year, National First Responders Day falls on Saturday, October 28th, but just 24 hours of recognition doesn't seem like enough for our neighborhood heroes serving their communities all year long. First responders deserve our gratitude for more than just one day. Jason Patton is one of those community servants, a career firefighter and paramedic in Florida. He's also a dedicated mental health advocate, and he's joining us from Jupiter, Florida, to talk about the challenges first responders face and how one retailer is stepping in for support. So Jason, let's get right to it. Tell us how first responders are being celebrated and honored this month.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on. Obviously, through incredible people like yourself, we're being honored. We can't thank you enough for that. But also, Lowe's. Lowe's has stepped up. They're celebrating first responders nationally, all across their stores through in-store savings, exclusive deals, as well as activations that are saying thank you to those first responders that serve their communities every day.
Oh, that is great. So what are some of these benefits for first responders?
So first responders can sign up online for a digital coupon book with $1,500 in savings, and they can use that between October 1st and October 30th. And as a person who is currently a first responder who is currently remodeling my kitchen and my bathroom at the same time, I'm definitely going to be using those savings.
Yeah, you know how that can help. Now, October is also Fire Safety Month. What advice would you have for families to make sure that they are safe in their homes?
Yeah, so try to be as prepared as possible. That's what we always say. Have a fire safety escape plan for you and your family, no matter how big or young or small your family is. Know what to do in an emergency. It's incredible how quickly we forget basic instincts when it comes to fire emergencies themselves. So practice it. Have a good time. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I will say there's a fire, and we run down the stairs, and then we meet at the big tree in the front. But make sure you have at least 2 fire extinguishers, one in the kitchen where most fires are going to start in homes, and then somewhere else in the home as well. Have as many smoked and carbon monoxide detectors as you want throughout your house, but at least one on every floor. Change the batteries every 6 months. Super important. Beeping means change batteries. And then make sure you close your doors. Yeah, people don't like to change the batteries. Yeah. Close your doors before you go to sleep. Smoke is the #1 killer when it comes to fires, so close that. But if you don't know what to do, because a lot of people don't know where to search or the right information to find, on October 14th and Saturday, Lowe's stores will be putting on live demonstrations with local fire departments as well as first alerts. And then on October 21st, they're going to be giving away 100 free pairs of safety glasses to every first responder that shows up there. So for the first 100 first responders that show up to the store, they will get 1 free pair of glasses.
Oh, that is great. And let's talk about first responders a little more, too. What are some of the challenges that you all face on a daily basis?
So, a couple years ago, we saw a big drop in the recruitment and retention numbers, and we're actually seeing the lowest retention and recruitment numbers when it comes to first responders in the history of our industry. So a lot of the people that are still on the job, they're having to work 2 or 3 times the amount of shifts that they normally would. So we're seeing a big increase in mental health issues, and we encourage people to call 988 if you're ever having a crisis or you need help. But the biggest thing is that we want to encourage people to get into the job. It's the greatest job in the world. I've been in this 17 years. I could tell you that I would never change this job for anything else, and every first responder across the nation would say the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of heroes out there, and you are doing something really cool too. Your Instagram and Facebook pages notorious for bringing light to the first responder community. How are you using your platform to spread positivity, and how can everybody help?
Thank you. We need positivity. I'll start with that, especially on the internet these days. But I'm trying to educate people through humor and through some fun, positive lights. I found very early in my career, when you're talking about CPR or fire emergencies or medical emergencies, you try to teach people how to help themselves. If you kind of throw some comedy in there, remove a lot of the stigma, a lot of the pressure when it comes to it, that they tend to want to accept the information a little bit easier, and they're willing to help out. But listen, worst comes to worst. If you don't know what to do, just call 911.
That is a great reminder there as well. So, all right, before we let you go, any extra information that we could maybe find out? Where's a good place to learn more about fire safety, or even how to help our first responders?
Absolutely. So for that free digital coupon book, you can go to, and for fire safety tips for homeowners, you can go to Lowe's.com/first responders.
Jason, great talking with you this morning on Studio 3. And of course, last night in Huntington, we had the fire prevention parade.
we did.
Always fun because school groups from the Huntington, Cabell County area all are part of it. And it's a fun, and they all have their little posters of what they've been learning about fire safety as well.
But it's so nice to see businesses, and I think of all of our resources, and I'm just thinking in the Huntington area, all of the resources that we have to make sure that the mental and the physical health of our first responders is a top priority.
Very important.
Because they see things, they go through things that we'll never be we never will be able to understand.
Yeah.
So to be able to have those outlets for them, a trusted source to be able to just talk to and vent, I think is so important. So it's nice to see that others are stepping up to the plate to make sure they have those outlets.
And it's always nice, just thank your local first responders
It's
in
often,
any way, even just a simple thank you.
It's often a thankless job. You know, they see us at our worst moments.
Yeah.
And those are tough moments for them too. But in the chaos of all of that, I think it's easy to get caught up and not remember to say a thank you.
Right.
So I think even just those two little words go a long way.
Exactly.
Well, coming up, we're going to be getting